Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Extra. Ooh,
Yeah.
Hey. This is a new show that we're doing for some content that's important to talk about, but maybe isn't the main topic of our week.
Yeah.
So we can bring it to you in a slightly shorter format.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd, it's your first time on the Blue Podcast Extra.
It is, yeah.
Welcome. Unfortunately, you're stuck with me this week because Tom's not here, unfortunately. But so some saying improvements.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my mouth.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this. We're going to talk about something that I talked about, a similar topic on my channel. If you want to check that out, link will be on the channel page. When I talked about Man United's next manager.
Yep.
I ended up saying that Ten Hag should stay. But obviously England's going to have a new manager very, very soon.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about who that could be and decide who's the best candidate?
Yeah.
So why don't you talk us through how you came up with your list first of all, and then I'll go through mine.
Well, I mean, with my list, I was looking at just managers who I thought really could come in and do a job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there's some ones who are already in jobs, so if they would want to leave, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
But with some of them, it was like, well, they're without a job. England's a massive job to have,
Mhm.
a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't any manager really want to go for it? I don't think, especially with the group of players. It's not like 10 years ago, like when we went to the World Cup in 2014 and got knocked out in the group stages. It's not that
Yeah.
squad. You know, we're not having Andy Carroll starting up front in 2012. It's different. It's different times.
Yeah, very, very different times. So for my list, I just went for the top 10 most odds-on to do it. So these are the most likely
Yeah.
candidates for the job based on Odds Checker. Currently, it's the best odds from all the different
Mhm.
bookies. There are a couple of names that I've chalked out because they're out. That's not going to happen.
Right. Okay.
And there was a reason behind that, so I added on a couple of candidates to make it around 10.
Yeah.
So the two candidates that I've ruled out, Jurgen Klopp I've ruled out because he's on a break. He's
Yeah.
semi-retired for a season. He's not going to manage anybody, so there's no point in considering him. And Thiago Motta was still on this list, despite that he's just signed on with
Just
Juventus.
gone with Juventus. Yeah.
So that's not obviously not going to happen because he's just done a deal. So
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. But outside of that, I've got 10 candidates. So should we go candidate by candidate? Should you do
might as
your
well.
list?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
okay,
We'll go with that. Yeah. Why not?
So the odds-on favourite currently is Graham Potter.
Right. Okay.
Not an inspired choice, is it? Like, it's just...
No, I mean, not an ideal world where you have Potter as manager, but I would take him. I do not think it is the worst that England could have.
There are worse options. I mean, he tends to get 1.5 points per game, scoring 1.4 goals and conceding 1.2. So, not the most defensively solid, but not the worst.
Yeah.
But not the most prolific of goal scorers either. In fact, he is probably one of the worst in terms of goals scored.
Yeah. I feel like that's because at his clubs that he's at, he's not massively had an out-and-out striker.
No.
I don't think. Like what? He had Havertz at Chelsea. I mean, Havertz. Yeah, and then at Brighton he had what? Danny Welbeck, Evan Ferguson, who have not
Evan
really.
Ferguson hadn't even broken through at that point.
Oh, did he not? Who was? Yeah, who was there then? At Brighton. There was
Murray.
Welbeck. Yeah, Murray. Yeah, it would have been Murray. Yeah, probably those two. I'm trying to
Jeez.
think of anyone else. Yeah,
I
you
don't-
see, the options are not great. Even at Chelsea, as much as he
yeah,
was
obviously.
not the best in terms of points, they still did play some decent football.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Whenever I did watch Chelsea, I remember, I think it was they lost, was it 4-1 to United at Old Trafford? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And I thought in that first half, Chelsea could have had 2 or 3 goals. They played really, really well. But I think that just summed up Graham Potter at Chelsea.
He needed time. I think it was a poor sacking, if I'm honest. But
Yeah,
that's
well,
just me.
they should have never sacked Tuchel in the first place, should they?
Exactly.
To start off with.
It's quite strange that there are 3 managers on this list who have
Managed Chelsea. Yeah.
No, not just that managed Chelsea. 3 managers on this list that their last job was
What?
Chelsea. Which is mad. Obviously, Potter will play the 3-4-2-1 formation.
Yeah.
So we're talking, what? Walker, Stones, Branthwaite,
Yeah.
Shaw, James, Gallagher, Mainu, Bellingham, Foden and Kane
Yeah, you got
probably be the team.
Rice in there.
Or Rice over Gallagher maybe.
Yeah.
He does seem to like Gallagher. Obviously, when he was at Chelsea, he played him, gave him a lot of minutes. So maybe he'd drop Mainoo. Maybe it would be Gallagher and Rice potentially. With Gallagher sitting a bit more and then Rice being able to play a little bit more further forward like he does for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But playing that kind of three at the back formation, which a lot of these managers on this list play a 4 at the back, and most of them play the same formation. So
I want to see a back 4.
It's a bit different with the back 3. It's rare to see a candidate who wants to play a back 3.
Yeah.
But obviously that's the formation that he's best known for.
Yeah, I mean he's on my list as well, Potter.
Is he number 1 on your list?
No.
Who's
he's not number 1 on my list.
Okay.
No.
Shall we? Because I'm kind of going through the most likely.
Most likely. Right. Okay.
So why don't we do your favourites going backwards? So your number 1 option. Who would you love to see?
Oh, who would I love to see? Right. If realism goes out the window and it's not Jurgen
Well,
Klopp.
you got 10 options, right?
Yeah, you've got 10. Well,
Rank them.
well, you know.
Who's number 1 from your list?
You know, it'd be so interesting. I would love to see Zidane come back to football.
Okay, right. This is not what I thought was coming.
I would love to see him come back to football. I think it'd be, you know, what he did with Real Madrid, won, 3 Champions Leagues in a row, was it? Was it 3 in a row?
Yep.
Absolutely would love to see him back in football, see how he goes, see how he gets on with this group of players, because it's a talented group. It's not as good as the Real Madrid lot, because that's insane group of players. Still a good team. Still a really, really good team. Play a back 4, play some free-flowing football. That's what I want to see England play.
I mean, I could see it, because he had that kind of amazing midfield which kind of ran itself.
Yeah.
I mean, relied on very good defenders who were good in wide spaces.
Yeah.
So you're talking Stones and... Ooh, so you have Ramos and Pepe.
Pepe, yeah.
So you want somebody dirty and somebody silky and good on the ball. So
Yeah.
you have Stones on the right, is your Ramos, and then left, somebody dirty. Maguire? It would be Maguire, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be Maguire, wouldn't it? That'd be funny. And then obviously Shaw, Berto Carlos playing at left back.
I just want to put it out there.
Walker.
This is not happening. This is incredibly unlikely. This is a dream world. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get to that.
He tended to have 2 really great, well-rounded midfielders in Modric and Kroos playing in front of a ball winner.
Yeah.
So you're talking Gallagher.
Yeah.
In front of Bellingham.
Rice.
He could play Gallagher, Bellingham and Foden. He
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah, which would
and
be...
then drop Rice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
For a ball winner.
wouldn't
I
drop
wouldn't drop
Rice anyway.
Declan Rice, but
Drop
playing Zidane's system. And then obviously you had 2 inside forwards and a physical choice.
Yeah.
Kane, it would be Rashford, wouldn't it? And it would be Palmer.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd just like to see him come back to football, because obviously maybe he feels like he doesn't need to do anything more, which I don't blame him.
See, that team excites me more than anything else I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you think about the players who aren't making that team, like Rice, Mainoo, Reece James, who else? Gordon. There are some exciting talents that are on the bench for that team.
Yeah.
He's a great manager, Zidane. Don't know how I feel about tactician. I feel like that Real Madrid team kind of ran itself.
Yeah.
It's a fair shout.
I just think in what he's done at Real Madrid, I mean, I'd take him 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him. Let's put it that way. Be all right.
No, wouldn't do too badly at all. Moving on to the second odds on, and this is the one I see. This is my odds on. This is what I think will happen.
Yeah.
And I think Eddie Howe will be the next England manager.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Obviously at Newcastle at the moment, playing a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Very similar to what Zidane would play. Yeah. There's not much to say about this.
I would not complain about Eddie Howe.
He concedes a lot more goals than what's his name?
Potter?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. I mean, they were all over the place for a couple months.
350 more. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong number. It's about 400 more. More goals conceded. It's about 1.38 per game.
Right.
But he scored 1.56, so a lot more.
Yeah.
And obviously, in terms of points, wins slightly less number of points than Potter, but has done it more consistently.
Yeah, he's had a longer career, hasn't he, Eddie Howe?
What is it now? It's
got to be
669 games.
Yeah, I thought it was over 500 at least.
And then obviously Potter's only had 440 matches. I just feel like it's uninspired.
worried me a little bit about Newcastle for a couple of months was defensively. That there was like a 2-3 month period. They were all over the place. I think we beat them 4-2 at home.
Yeah.
And we had a XG of 7 in one game. One game we had 7 XG, which is, I think that's the most there ever has been in a Premier League game for one team.
Surely, yeah.
But I do like him as a manager. I like what he tries to implement. He likes a high press, which I'm all for, obviously. I think he would be a decent pick. So, I'm not against having Potter or Eddie Howe, but in an ideal world, they wouldn't be near the top of my list.
It's what the FA will do. I just think you could try and be a bit more exciting.
Yeah.
In this kind of day and age when there are so many great tacticians out there, I just think you don't need as many managers, especially when you have people like Kane in the squad who are very good captain, is a very good captain and very good at galvanising his team. You want somebody who puts some ideas in people's heads, right, and makes use of some of the talents that you have around this team now in the attack, in the midfield. Great defenders who are great on the ball. Like, you don't need to play this way.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Let's take it on away from that, and you give me your second favourite. Who do you want?
Who would I want? I'm quite interested in Xavi. He's out of a job.
He is out of a job.
Obviously, I'm quite interested in that.
Do too well at Barcelona.
I don't think the thing is, see, when I look at how Barca did, and obviously what's happened, he left the job and stuff like that. I don't know. I think he did an alright job. Didn't do too badly. I don't think over time. Like, he brought them from where they were under Ronald Koeman, which was it Ronald Koeman or was it Quique Setien? I can't remember which way around it was.
It was both. It was one after the other. It was Koeman and then
yeah,
Setien.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, but whoever was there before was not good.
Yeah. No, it was awful.
Xavi came in, stabilised it
because they could have given him another couple of years to learn his craft.
Stabilised the Barcelona, won the league title, conceded like 25 goals, I think it was. I think in Europe is where they struggled a little bit.
Lost to us in Europa
League.
League.
Lost to you in the Europa League, got knocked out in the quarters. I think, was it against PSG this season or was it round of 16? I cannot remember.
I think we were round of 16 now.
Yeah, so they got knocked out there because Araujo got sent off after like 30 minutes, which was just stupid. But I like the style of football he plays, which is what I want to go for. I want to be able to watch England and I don't want to be bored.
Yeah,
I don't want to be bored.
Yeah, I think you'd get that with Xavi. He definitely would be exciting. I think you'd end up. I don't know how good he is, if I'm honest, but I think it would be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, when I have watched Barca play, they do play some good stuff. It's just last season they were worse defensively. Like the year before that, they were pretty good in the league. Like, as I said, I think they conceded less than 30 league goals, which is amazing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just want to see some nice football. The football that Spain play is so good to watch. And I'm sure.
I mean,
Xavi
they can do it. Xavi.
Yeah, that definitely. Because they have a balance. They De La Fuente's side, they want to knock the ball about, but then at times they will just punt it up the pitch and go long.
Yeah.
They have a balance. That's what I want to see.
Exactly. And I hope we do see that, but I don't know if we will.
No.
It's funny that after 2 managers we've not had the same name.
I know, it's interesting.
I think at this point, given the time that we have to go through this stuff, I'm just going to rattle through some options and you just tell me if it's a yay or a no.
Right, okay.
So third odds on is Pochettino.
I'd take Poch.
Yeah.
I would be happy with Poch, yeah.
Obviously another ex-Chelsea boy. 4-2-3-1 formation, not too bad. Jurgen Klopp would be next, but obviously we're not going to talk about him.
Yeah. We'll take him, obviously.
We then talk about my next favourite, which is Lee Carlsey. This is the guy that I want to see.
Interesting.
The guy I want to see. So the reason I'm surprised you don't want this as well because have you seen the under-21s play?
They do play some good football. They do.
And who is the key man?
The manager?
No.
Oh no, Harvey Elliott.
Given that free role in one of those midfield 3 spots,
I back it.
Ability to roam and attack, they are.
I'm all for
progressive and forward. And you look at Spain doing things with their under-21s manager. Why not us now?
Yeah.
I know Gareth Southgate was.
Yeah, we tried that.
But he was never an exciting manager. He was a stable pair of hands. This guy's going to attack.
Yeah.
And he worked for Man City and he worked for Brentford. So he's obviously worked through 2 amazing systems. So I think he might be the shout.
I back it. No. Yeah.
So yeah.
100%. No, definitely.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Cool.
Obviously, if he's available, we'll take him.
He's the next odds-on favourite, which is the first name on there that I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I want to see that.
Yeah.
That would be great to see happen. But
yeah, I don't think we're going to wait till 2026 to appoint someone.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
We could do.
Yeah,
and it's not waiting till 2026 because his contract's up at the end of the season, so we wait until 2025.
Oh, 2025, sorry. But
So we could do.
yeah, but
I'd be happy to give it to...
who's going to be the caretaker?
Well, Craig Bellamy's the new Wales manager, so... Oh, God, who's an England guy? Robbie Savage. It would be Robbie... No, oh, no, he's Welsh! What am I doing? Oh, God, I'm an idiot. No, it would be...
Jimmy Bullard. Give Jimmy Bullard the
It
job.
would be Jimmy Bullard. It would be Hasselbank, wouldn't it?
Oh,
it would
right,
be Hasselbank
yeah.
because he's in the setup. It would be him. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I've just insulted with that.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, but Jimmy Bullard Hasselbank, it would probably be him or Steve Holland who would just run it for a year, train with them, do like qualifiers. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm happy to wait for Pep.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. It just
Next up is Roberto Mancini, who is currently in manager of Saudi Arabia. Obviously, you can make the deal happen.
I mean, would I take him? I mean, he's better than Southgate, so yeah, why not?
Yep.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I mean, he did well with Italy, didn't he? Considering that he won the Euros, but then he failed to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what past Italy? What did he do after? I'm trying to think what he did after City. My mind's gone.
He went back to Italy. I think he managed Inter.
I think you're right. Yeah, and then he won the league with Inter. Yeah, no, I think you are right.
I'm just going to double check that because it is bugging me a little bit.
But yeah, no, he won the league.
Right. So
Lukaku.
that's strange. So he was manager of Man City. He then managed Galatasaray for a season,
right,
randomly. Then managed Inter for 2 years.
Yeah.
Then was Zenit manager for a year. And then took over as Italy manager and was there for 5 years.
Right.
So he had a long stint with Italy. I didn't realise how long it was. And then since August he's been manager of Saudi Arabia. Pretty much straight away went straight to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
And that's where he is at the moment.
I don't think he's going to leave that job. I mean, I would take him, but I don't think he's
the
going to
England
leave.
manager's job is the most well-paid international job out there, right?
Yeah, I think it's just considering what he joined, last August?
A year. He's there for a year.
Yeah, he's been there less than a year, though.
And if England come calling, like I said, the most well-paid job.
Yeah,
in
most
football.
people are going to take it. Yeah, no, I get your point.
Next up is Thiago Motta. Obviously, we've ruled him out.
Yeah.
Then Didier Deschamps. I don't want. I'm not going to say the word I want to say. I don't.
You don't want a Frenchman managing the English
do
team.
not know. Yeah. And that might end up fucking us because we could potentially win with a Frenchman and not win with anybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather not.
He has won stuff
after him beating us in the World Cup.
I mean, they looked uninspiring in the Euros. To be totally honest, when I watched them.
Yeah.
Big thing that I want is to be able to watch good football. I'm not.
I don't know if he's that.
I'm not
I think
certain.
Pogba, Kante, and Mbappe won them a World Cup, and they've got such an amazing squad now, and they always get through. And I don't know if it's down to him. It could be.
I'm not certain. I think that's a maybe. I think if worst comes to worst, then
it's better than Southgate.
If it goes down the list, he's not top of the list for me.
Okay, so the last few options: Michael Carrick.
Oh.
I'm dealing with Middlesbrough. I don't think he's ready.
No,
no,
I'm not having that.
Frank Lampard.
No.
Yeah.
Stay well away.
It's another ex-Chelsea man. Yeah, I think it's one of the things I could see. I think he would be an England manager, but no.
Yeah.
They can't sell it now.
No.
And then the last name is an interesting one. What I'd actually quite like to see happen is Ralf Rangnick.
Yeah, he's on my
he's done with Austria.
He's on my list. Yeah, I'd have him.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the best records on this list in terms of goals scored, especially, is one of the top names.
Yeah.
Alongside Lee Carlsey and Pep Guardiola being the top goal scorers, goals per game ratios. See what I mean by Carlsey.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ralf Rangnick is definitely an option. So where's he on your list? Is he third or is he?
He's probably fifth for me. I'd put him fifth. I'd put him fifth.
Okay.
I think he's a good option to have. I think you've got to rule out that time at Manchester United because there was a lot going on there. And he wanted to get players in that United should have got, but the board said no, so that's on them.
The disrespect we gave to that man is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and criminal.
Yeah. Honestly, because he tried to pull out all the weeds and he ended up getting sacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, But so I think he's a good manager. I think he's a decent coach.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think like he's an exciting option. He's going to play attacking football. He's got a great mentality. I think he wouldn't be a drone like Southgate is and like what Hodgson was before, like a yes man. He would go in there,
which is what the FA like, which is why
and what they've got to stop doing if they want to succeed.
Yeah, they keep on trying to get people who will just do whatever they tell them to. It's
exactly.
like it's like with Southgate, we can get behind him, but there's not a massive personality there, if you get what I mean, on the touchline or anything. Even in press conferences, it's like if you want to have a few managers who, you're able to like and get behind.
I mean, I will have respect for Gareth Southgate when he leaves.
Yeah, 100%.
I will look at him and go, you saved us from like jumping. We were in the bottom of the pan.
It was terrible.
The incidents with what's his face, Big Sam.
Yeah.
After all that happened, like a stable pair of hands got us excited about football again. But now we've got these very fun attacking players. We want to see some attacking football.
Yeah, we want to see an attacking-minded coach. That's what you want to see.
But we can look back at our World Cup win or our Euros win under an attacking coach with exciting football, where we're very happy, and we can go, well, the foundations of this
was built by Southgate,
and we can go respect for that.
100%.
But you have to know that now is the time that you can't sully your name by putting in a really crap performance at next World Cup because you stayed and you wasted another generation of talent, because then we will start to be upset with you. So take it on the chin. You have done an amazing job for your country, but time to move on.
Yeah.
Do you want to quickly go through now some other names off your list?
Yeah.
Who's your go from third favourite and then work your way down?
Yeah, I mean, I've not necessarily got a list written down, but I can do it off the top of my head, I think.
Cool.
A few managers.
Sorry, number 3.
Totally unrealistic. Totally not one that's going to happen. I've been really impressed with Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace. I know it's a back three.
Okay.
But I absolutely love it. I think it's great. I think the football's great. I think what he does. I mean, I know it's back three, and I just said I don't really want to see a back three. But his back three is a bit different. It's a bit more entertaining. You've got wing backs flying forward. You've got midfielders who actually want to get on the ball and pass the ball forward, which makes a change. You have like Eze and Elise there. Of course, Elise's gone now.
But obviously Elise was there.
You could have that, whether it be Bellingham and Foden, Bellingham and Saka, Foden and Saka.
Well, I think you have that physical striker up front with Matata with Kane.
Yeah.
You have inside winger on the left with Foden.
Yeah.
I'd probably end up seeing. I think you'd have to play Bellingham off the right just because he doesn't really fit deeper.
Yeah.
In Glasner's system, so he would be Bellingham there. Your wing backs would be Trent and probably Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
And then Wharton or Mainu.
Yeah.
One of the two alongside a Rice. Who's their upper midfielder in Palace?
They've got Wharton and I want to say Will Hughes has been starting in midfield a lot for them. I think.
Might have a quick look-see on.
Because I think Lerma's been playing centre back a lot.
He has been playing centre back a lot, and I'll get on to my thoughts there in a second. Where
I think it is Hughes.
I mean, they beat us 4-0. It was Hughes, yeah, it was Will Hughes. So I think you could see Wharton and Mainu.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my rogue shout. Okay, so
right,
Wharton and Mainu starting in midfield.
Okay.
And a back three of a big physical guy in. We'll use John Stones there for an example. And then right centre back being Walker because he likes to play a fullback at centre back, and then a midfielder playing in defence.
Declan
Rice playing.
Yeah, I'm not against that. I'm not against.
Because you have Shaw there who can cover and knows centre back role.
Well, yeah.
And obviously Walker.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not totally against it.
I could see him doing something like that.
Yeah.
Or you play Rice in midfield and then you use you move Stones out onto that left hand side and then you put Maguire in there as a more physical option potentially. But
100%.
That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think he needs to prove himself a bit more.
I'm really interested in him because he did really well with Frankfurt. So he won a Europa League, didn't he, when he was over there, which is a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah.
And just whenever I've watched Palace, I like the way they play. I don't think he's going to go. He's obviously not going to go because he's only been there since January. So this is why it's unrealistic. Like, if I had Pep Guardiola on here, if it was being super unrealistic, I would put Pep Guardiola on it because he's, brilliant. And everyone loves him. But
you think Glasner's more realistic?
Not necessarily, but I think if Glasner had the chance, if it came calling,
he would
I think
probably
it's a
take
bit more difficult to turn down than what Pep Guardiola's got at the moment, because Pep Guardiola's done it at Barca, done it at Bayern,
Yeah.
now doing it at City. Maybe he just wants a break. I wouldn't blame him. He's been in football for so long.
I mean, he took a break he went to America, didn't he? And he took a break.
Yeah,
for a bit.
I mean, it's like even Pep Guardiola had a thing on. I think he was watching Wimbledon or something, and you
He
could
was
see
there,
you
yeah.
could see him like almost. There was someone sat next to him. I'm not sure who it was, and he was practically instructing the play and giving tactics ideas at tennis. It's like he doesn't take a
He
minute
can't
off.
help it. He can't help
doesn't help
himself.
him. It's absolutely his life.
I really wish he'd just done Barca for his whole life. Just been done this for Barca. Barca would have been dominant, and then we would never have had to see him in Manchester. Like, I just wish that was the case.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Any other names you want to throw out there?
There's I think is it Michel, the current Girona boss?
I don't know his name, but I obviously know what he's done.
Yeah, I can't remember if that's his name or not. But when I have watched him, watched their very attacking, very good style of play. Once again, probably not going to happen.
Michel.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was. I like them. Like them a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. First half of the season, they were flying. They were absolutely fantastic. They sort of fell away towards the end of it because obviously they.
But what are you
finished third.
expecting with that one? To be
Yeah,
fair?
exactly. Like you look at the group of players that they have. They were overachieving. I mean, they've still got some pretty good players in there, but you know, when I watch them, I watch a bit of La Liga. Those most entertaining games had them involved. They were the best to watch. The most fun team to watch in the league, without a doubt. The amount of games that I'd watch and it'd be 3-2, 4-3. You know, it'd be loads and loads of goals. There was a game against Atletico Madrid. They ended up winning it 4-3 at home. Best game I watched all year. Incredible game of football. Morata scored a hat-trick. But, you know, I really like his style of play and his thought process. You know, they want to build out from the back. They want to take the ball forward, but they also want to hit teams on the counter-attack. You know, with Savio, of course, who's just gone. Sigankov and Dovbyk as a front three. It's a dangerous front three.
I mean, you've summed up what we want as England fans perfectly.
Yeah.
Fun football.
That's what I want to see. You know, I want to be able to watch England and be like, yeah, you know what, this is so fun and enjoyable to watch. When I go from watching Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp to watching England's Gareth Southgate, there's two different levels in terms of entertainment, without a doubt.
Try watching Ten Hag and then Southgate. Like, it's double doses.
Yeah,
of
no, yeah.
Oh God, Jesus. No, but I like those options a lot. I mean, the bookies obviously do not agree with you in any way.
No, of course not, because it's not likely to happen, because of course, you know, a lot of the FA most likely they're going to look at managers who are English, or they're going to look at someone who's managed in England for a long time. That's what they'll look at. They're not going to try and go out and poach someone from a wider league.
Do that, and then, but hopefully, when you do that, you pick Pep Guardiola. That's the option.
I mean, if Pep's available, then yeah.
I'm happy if Gareth stays as England manager for the next year, and then we get Pep.
I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with that.
I'd be more than happy with that. I'd be buzzing. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Like Gareth, like servant. I mean, as long as we have a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone like Pep's coming in, then I'm happy for you to stay for a little bit longer. But like, it's time for you to.
Yeah. I think his time is probably up. But I mean, if he wins the trophy, he goes down as a legend, doesn't he? Of course.
Yeah, no, I think he will. And then obviously we've just heard the news that potentially he might get knighted. If he wins the trophy, probably fair enough.
Yeah.
Knight him, because no one else has done that other than Sir Alf. So
yeah,
fair enough. I think that's all the time we have for today. Some good options there in terms of England manager. Just quickly summarising, my favourite would probably be Lee Carlsey.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite?
Well, theoretical worlds, probably Zidane or Pep, but most likely, more realistic, Pochettino.
Pochettino.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think he's probably the best of that list, to be fair. Who's your option for England manager? Put it down below. Let us know. Drop us a like, obviously, and any other thoughts you have. Any ideas for us? Drop them down below. Anything you want to see. And make sure you're subscribed with the bell on, so you never can miss any of our amazing, fantastic content when Tom's back. Sorry again, you have to deal with me today. But thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.